And we want to introduce Neil Goodman, one of my very good friends. And as he will describe himself, he is quite the wandering merchant who's been doing it for a while, going to our festivals. And today he's going to talk about how festivals are a community. Thank you, Neil, for being here. And on we go.
Thank you for having me, Ed. I have been going to festival for over 30 years. Been merchanting in one form or another for 27. Um, I, I have been to festival from East Coast to West Coast. Uh, there are lots of people I see once a year at each festival is its own set of communities. There are lots of people, lots of things to do, lots to see, stuff to buy, lots of stuff to eat. You can talk to other people in your community, in your state, in the country. It's all about creating links between people and communities and other things. There are several different drumming communities out there. There's several belly dance communities. There's several burlesque communities. There's several, all these people that come together that create and make festival. It's its own entity. It lives, it breathes. They're a lot of fun. There's a big difference to going out and camping and being part of the community of wherever you are in the country and connecting with people and being able to camp with people and being able to have a discussion around a fire. You may run into one of your speakers that are there. There, a lot of the times, people come just to see one person or one band, whatever, in the festival. But it's all about building community and setting down and talking with people. That's all it is. You want to have a good time. It is being in a field with a bonfire and having the drumming and the dancing and the raising of the energy, which is what festival is about. It's about raising energy, raising the community, raising everything. Like I've said, I've been to many events. It used to be there were not as many festival sites and not as many events back in the day. So we had large gatherings, thousands of people at gatherings, and moving forward, we have seen a decrease in festival populations due to infighting in communities, infighting in organizations. There's always the problem that there are people that are for the festival, and there are people that do the work, and then there's the other set that want to to tell everybody how to do the work, but don't actually want to put the time and the work in to do the job. But they want to tell everybody. So that creates pissing contest. What I mean by that is I can name 2 states right off the top of my head. Oh, we're mad at you for this. We are going to go down the road a ways and buy another piece of property and start another festival site. Which means you've got a bunch. Texas, there's 2 camps and 2 communities that I can think of that they split from each other. There were a bunch of people that were not happy at all with the infighting and everything else that just left because they're tired of the fighting and everything else that goes along with it. But that's community. As it is. So you've got the problem of a few places that have several festivals, we'll say within an hour and a half of each other. They're all fishing out of the same pond, and they can't figure out why they're not growing. Now we've had COVID, okay, which has even broke things down even more. The big 1,500 people festivals and stuff, there's only one that's still at that size that is still left, and that would be Cirrus Rising. But in New York, everything else, everybody since the pandemic has broken down into little groups. So you have a coven, a grove, house, whatever you want to call your group, and they're having littler gatherings and festivals because Bob has a piece of property outside of town that's got 15 acres that they do the 15 acres and have their own event, which means that a lot of the gatherings are shrinking, have been shrinking since before the pandemic. But festival is about the experience, and I can't explain the feeling, the raising of the energy at a big festival, at any festival. It starts with opening ritual, which starts building the energy through the weekend to the closing ritual. There is a feeling that you can't get at Pagan Pride, going to a hotel show. It's not the same as going out to festival grounds and being on festival grounds and camping and staying. The energy, the everything changes for the better. And you've got lots of people that are talking, getting together, and things. There's several different groups inside the festival community. There's the merchants, which I am, and it's back to some of us run the country. Some of us see each other once or twice a year. Another group is the musicians. They do the same thing. So the speakers, because we all run the same sets of circuit. So we have communities inside of communities, inside of communities, and other communities building that. There is a bunch of networking, finding people, talking to people. At festival, yeah, you can run into Ginger Doss and you love her music and all of that. You can sit down, have a conversation with them. You can sit down with Byron Ballard and have a conversation. Or you have seen something, you've read something, whatever, and you ask them their opinion on it, or you ask them to clarify what said to get a better understanding if you're not understanding where they're coming from and what they're doing. There is a difference. The way I see it is there's two groups. There is the redneck country pagans, which I fall in, and then you have city pagans. The redneck country pagans are the ones that are for and do attend festival. City pagans are the ones that go to the hotel festivals, go out and do pride, all of that, but they're not the same experience at all. Because you don't coalesce, come together, you're not eating, drinking, talking, sleeping, getting up in the morning, having coffee conversations with God only knows who you're going to run into at festival. Some of my best friends live hundreds of miles away from me. I've got friends that I've had for over 30 years plus. There's people that I meet on the road that know of me, know of my shop, but have never met me. That it's meeting people that I have dealt with over the years and see them come back year after year, or every couple of years they rotate back in because they're doing something. People have 1 or 2 weeks of vacation. That's the end of it. Unlike me, where I chase the endless summer, I start in the south, work my way north through the heat of the year, and then work my way back south again. It is a very different feel at festival. You can find just about anything you are into at festival. There are gamers at festival. There are artists at festival. There is musical talent at festival. No matter whatever you are into, you can usually find a group or a niche or whatever inside of the festival to participate, meet new people. The biggest thing is sit down and talk to other people. And it's, once again, at festival is different than having a conversation at the coffee house. Because at the end, everybody packs up and goes home. Festival, things cook. So, you have a discussion with somebody and you're thinking later, and it's like, well, I have these questions now. Let me go ask these questions of the person, the group, whatever. So, it makes for a lot of FaceTime. Most festivals have their speakers, they have their workshops, they have everything else. There's music, there's questions, all of that. And there are lots of communities inside of the festivals. They're a lot of fun. I have chose to live my life this way. I am a modern day Viking, trader, pirate, whatever you want to call it, trader, business person, whatever. But instead of using the rivers and oceans, I use ribbons of concrete to get places across the country. And there is a difference between each region of the country, depending on where you're at, the feel, the people. Each area in the country is different. Different things sell, different things. There's different talks. There's different everything between the different regions of the country. It's just a interesting going out and finding people. And that's what you're doing, is you're making connections, you're building connections. A lot of the time, like me, I am out of Kansas City. Camp Gaia Retreat Center is where I started. That's what got me into this life. And it's local camp that everybody gets to create. They have Sabbaths, they have all the camp, they have festivals, they have everything. It's one of the community points for Kansas City. And several different communities come together and have one festival at the end of the year, which is Labor Day weekend, which they invite all the different groups, organizations, and stuff to come out and have a weekend where all the different groups, all the people can get to know each other, more networking, more building of the communities, more cross-pollination. That's what it is. It's cross-pollination of different groups, different people, different ideas, different theologies, different lives that all come together to celebrate the diversity in the community. Find some more friends. You don't have many friends. You don't know where to go and get whatever you need. If you go to a festival, you can usually find resources. People groups communicating to find other like-minded people and everything else near your own community, the regional community, the national community, the worldwide community, which is a lot of what the speakers, the bands, and everything are worldwide. There are lots of that come for the first time and go, oh my God, I had no idea that's what happened here. There's people that think it's because of all the workshops and everything else, it's a rigid, these workshops, you get your lunch break, your dinner break, there's the entertainment for the evening, there's the bonfire, there's what. Yes, but there's lots and lots of downtime in between that. You do not want to do every workshop at a festival. Some of them won't interest you. Some of them will. Some things may catch your eye that you didn't even know existed out there. So go to festival. I understand for a lot of people, it's back to the redneck country pagan versus most of city people do not have the money, space, which is the bigger thing, to have everything and camp. Tents, sleeping bags, chairs, stoves, everything else. They just do not have room the way things now in living spaces. Storage is going down and it's expensive, especially for a lot of people that, they'll go rent a storage unit. That's expensive. So it comes down to there are places that have cabins have beds for rent that you can go to the gathering. You bring bedding, you bring your food. That's it. They have housing, they have beds, they have all the infrastructure you need. Now, a lot of this rent out really fast because of that, because you don't have to bring everything to live, then set your house up, fill your house, and then at the end of the weekend, tear it all down and leave. So that's one of the things speakers and bands and other acts usually don't have to worry about it because they're usually put up at the festival they're going to. That's how they get away and do it. Over the years, I've seen everything from what I started out with, which is camping equipment, Boy Scout equipment, other things that we have doctored to make work for the situation we were in. Now it's all there is. Everything in the world out there you can buy, want. They even have the last tent I bought has an air conditioner flap in it to put an air conditioning unit inside of the tent. There's another thing I do want to mention. That is I am part of generations that a lot of the older pagans are having health problems, mobility issues, and that some of their festivals are starting to take that into account. They have shuttles. They have they have medical and everything else because of it. Because there is a lot of the elders in the communities which have the knowledge and the experience that need to be there to pass it on to the younger generations. So we can keep moving forward as time goes on. That the knowledge is not lost, that it's not a one-sided coin. It's a two-sided coin. Both side needs to teach and groom some of the young how to do what they are doing. Leadership. Teaching somebody else what you know so it doesn't die out with you. There's lots of knowledge out there. There's lots of old knowledge out there now. They're out there now. You just have to go out, find it, absorb it, bring it back to other people. That's another one. A lot of people go out and do festival and then go back home to their city, town, groups, and they talk, which means hopefully bringing new people in. We have to keep new people in to keep surviving and growing. If not, we're going to die out. Or we have the same problem that we've had for many years, which is I want to reinvent the wheel. Why do what we know? Let's try something different. Or I've got a different thought train on something, which is great. But there's lots of things you just cannot reinvent. There's things that are just, that's the way they are. Sites most definitely. You know, I would love to see some more handicapped and elderly equipped sites instead of, well, we've had a huge community shift to RVs and camping trailers and everything because they've got better, and you have a large population of aging out people. You also have a large population of newbies, first timers. They're a few years in. Pardon me. Years in. And we have to figure out those newbies and stuff, how to get them to come back. Because that's how you build a community. You have to bring new people in, but once you have new people in, you have to be able to and in the community instead of, oh, that was fun, that was neat, that was a fad, and move along to the next thing. So it's been an interesting trip. I think I've about said everything that I can right at the minute. So I am going to pass this back off to Ed. And we will see you come out to festival.
Absolutely.
I'm getting ready to go to Samhain in Tennessee.
So the Earthy Witch had a question or a statement. It says the young people don't show up unless it's a party. Is that a problem? That the young people won't show up unless it's a pop.
It's all a party.
Yeah.
It's all a party. That's all it is. It's a gathering. A gathering is a party. I don't care how you want to cut it. There is always a gathering of people. You always have a party.
There you go. There you go. Well, thank you, Neil, for sharing that with us today. And there's more to come. So there you go. Thank you. And
yes.
And thank you for making your debut with us of doing this sort of public speaking. I know you've done video with me and everything else, but this is a great thing for people to know. All right, folks. And at 2 o'clock will be Louise Tesh. And at 3 o'clock will be the closing speech. Peace.